Alright, I'm from Amarillo, Texas. That's my ID, Amarillo, Texas. Um, I went to the municipal court. The reason I'm doing this video is because, look, I've had the APD threatening to kill me, make threats to me. This used to be like a while back, but this could help some of y'all that go to court. Anyways, the police, they've been messing with me since I was young. They didn't like my dad. My dad used to punk him out. He was a retired Chicago cop. They took everything off on me. Um, So I was at the municipal court, Amarillo, Texas, off 3rd Street, and I went to court, and the police told the judge, you know, they type it when you're going to trial, and they told the judge that I was red flag and they were going to kill me. They said this in the municipal courtroom, and then they not just say it in the courtroom, but they also told the judge, and it's on paper, that every time we see Roy Tunis, we're going to pull him over, and we're going to stop him, and we felt the night that we arrested him, we prevented a crime from happening. Anyway, you can't just go around pulling people over, making up stories. If they done that to me and bogusly wrote citations on me, then they do it to other people. So how it happened was, I went to Midnight Rodeo, y'all. Okay, Amarillo, Texas. This was back when Sergeant Hill used to work for the police department, internal affairs, and I had a few officers disciplined and fired for messing with me. I mean, it was like a ongoing thing for 23 years with the APD. Okay, and I went to Midnight Rodeo. They were walking in there doing their rounds. Y'all know cops walk into clubs and see if they can find someone that look familiar, that's got a warrant, you know. Anyway, I walk around, they're walking around. I walk out, they walk out. I get in my car, they driving behind me. I get on the phone with 911 and tell the operator I'm in fear of my life. These cops are stalking me. Every time I go somewhere, I go to Church's Chicken, you know, when Hastings used to be across the street. Hastings video and CD store. Cops following me. Anyways, but the police, they're following me from Midnight Rodeo. They pulled me over. They say I didn't use a blinker. There was 2 cop cars. One of the officers I got fired, his name was Blake Hitchcliffe. He was on the scene. And 2 months before that, I beat a bogus citation that he wrote me. So he has another guy pull me over, and they arrest me for a blinker. They say their cameras weren't working on their cop cars. And in court, they say, municipal court, they say that I'm red flag, you know, there's a flag on me, the cops are going to kill me. They also bring up the fact that they arrested me because they felt that arresting me that night was preventing a crime. And this is the thing, some of the cops out here in the world, they make you look like a problem. So you can't just go off and pull me over and make up a story that I didn't use my blinker. Then when I was going to take it to court, they were like, well, our cameras on our cop cars wasn't working, you know, so they use that as a defense. And then I told the officer, this dude, Officer Blake Hitchcliffe, that's with you, sir, tonight, he's the same one who wrote me a bogus citation last time. So he goes up in the courtroom, brings that up. They plead me guilty on a blinker, you know, but I beat the last blinker ticket, but the officer arrested me on site, and I had my blinker on, and it cost me like $500 to get my car out and bond out, but the ticket was only $168. So I got him investigated by Sergeant Hill, Internal Affairs for the Amarillo Police Department, and they cut me a check through the pool funds. I got that money back. And Officer Blake Hitchcliffe, which is not an officer no more for the APD, he was jealous, and he turned around, and he fucking had his buddy pull me over right outside Midnight Rodeo so he can get even. The second ticket, when his buddy went to court and I fought that ticket, he said, well, Blake Hitchcliffe wrote him a ticket, and he told me he beat that ticket, and he thought that he was going to beat this one too. It was all dirty. It was all in the municipal court, man. People need to start investigating the shit that I be talking about, man. Somebody need to put these fucking dirty ass crackers in a motherfucking jail, man. They doing foul shit. They pulling people over and fucking up people's lives and just doing what they want to. They ruin whoever's fucking life. It's foul. It ain't right. And my dad is a retired veteran, used to be a cop in Chicago before we moved to Amarillo. And when I was 14, I got jumped. And then I continued getting jumped by people. And my dad set it off on the police and said that he was tired of every time someone did something to me, that the cops want to come put me in jail. Then I was 16, 17, and it continued. Then they started putting me in jail, giving me felonies, putting me on probation, and it never stopped. And every time my dad stood up to them, the police They took their frustration out on me. They didn't want none of my daddy, because my daddy said he used to be a Chicago cop, and he'd stomp one of these motherfucking APD officers in the ass and show them what being a cop was. And I told my dad, you need to stop talking to them like that, bro. They're taking everything out on me. Every time I go somewhere, I'm getting pulled over. I walk from work, Whataburger. They say I'm evading arrest. I had my damn Whataburger clothes on. A cop rode up on me. I said, I'm just walking from work. And now I'm going to jail for evading arrest. Every time I looked up, I was getting messed with by the APD. The APD is some fucking bullies. You take the guns away from them, and they ain't gonna get down with you and fight. That's all I'm saying. These people become cops, and before they become cops, there ain't really nothing they could do to you. They ain't gonna walk up on you and flex. But municipal court, it's some foul stuff. It's all on paperwork. Everything I said about red flagging me, and they just made up something to arrest me. You can't just do that. And if they did that to me, how many other people is they doing it to? You see what I'm saying?